Sean, I want to see the nicest, coolest neighborhoods you have, minus the gate. Sans gate. Well, stay tuned. What's up, everybody? This is Sean Tomich with the Living in Boise group, and let's go ahead and just jump straight into today's topic, which is where can I find the best, coolest communities that you can think of that have all of the amenities and the great locations and the wonderful views, but they might not just have a gate. You know, like I said, they just don't have a gate, but they have all the amenities of a gate or of a secluded, gated community. So when I kind of think of it that way, 4 communities really stand out to me and come to mind, which are Avamor, Dry Creek Ranch, Hidden Springs, and Harris North. So let's go ahead and jump right into these and take a look, and let's go ahead and start out with Avamor. Now, just like in my previous videos, I don't really ever want to go out and show you some of these communities or show you some of these awesome products if there isn't a home available or homes available for you to be able to even go into these neighborhoods and obtain and buy and be a homeowner. So right now in Avamor, there are 6 homes available, pricing ranging all the way from $499 up to only $786 in Avamor right now. Now, Avamor's been around for a long time. In fact, it started its kickoff back in 2002, and literally like right after it got off the ground, we went through a horrible recession and just the economy was garbage and it was rough. So it took a while for this community to get off and really get underway. I remember it was about 15, 20 years ago, somewhere in that range, actually going to the kickoff event in a big, huge tent for Avamor when they were re-releasing the community to really get it going again. I was managing a different brokerage at that time. So yeah, like 20 years ago, I remember this thing really starting to kick off and get going. 20 years later, it's very thriving and it's a very sought after community for people that don't want to live in the city and for people that want their backyard to literally be the Boise foothills and want deer in their backyard and want quail running around in their backyard. This is where people move to and gravitate toward. So just a couple bullet points about the community. Avamor is currently an 840-acre master plan community. There are over 2,200 acres included in the trust just for future expansion in this community. When it's complete, it will have a series of villages and hamlets that's connected by pathways so that you can literally get from village to village from bike or foot. Now, each one of their hamlets each one of their hamlets will offer some sort of a different gathering space, and they will also have mixed use areas and commercial areas or community service areas. So they each have different amenities in each different hamlet. Village 1 includes a 12,000 square foot community center, a swimming pool, a fitness center, 7 parks, tons of commercial area with 175,000 square feet of office and retail space available, and miles of trails. Approximately already 100 miles of trails have been made available to the residents of Avamor and the public. So even the public can go and anytime they want, enjoy any of those trails. It's pretty awesome, to be honest with you. I've been on a few of them. Now the next one is a brand new community, and just like Avamor, it's positioned on the outside of town as you're leaving town and heading out of town toward McCall and all of our wilderness, okay? And the next one is, like I said, it's brand new and it's very popular, and it's called Dry Creek Ranch. So 2 of our communities that we are actually mentioning and speaking about are actually brought to us by Boise Hunter Homes, which is a builder that's been around, let me tell you how long, because I actually represented this builder when they very first came to market here in Boise. And that was about 15 years ago. So they've been building in this market for about 15 years. I know their product very, very well because, like I said, I actually helped introduce them to the Boise market. And 2 of the communities we're talking about today are gonna be from them. And I will tell you right now, when you walk into these communities and when you walk into these homes, they're top notch. And you'll see what I'm talking about when you have the opportunity to do just that thing. So in Dry Creek Ranch right now, there are 17 homes available, ranging all the way as low as $799, all the way up to only $2.3 million. So a couple bullet points about Dry Creek Ranch. Now, just like I mentioned, like Avamor, it's positioned right between rural and urban. Okay, so you get the feel of you're, 10 minutes and you're in the city, and you're no minutes and you're in the wilderness. So the location and positioning of this community, number one, has made it very popular. Dry Creek Ranch sits on over 1,400 acres with entitlements to end up producing and finishing up to, I think it's 1,815 homes by the time it's actually done. So it's going to be a very large, very, very large master plan community out where it's at. And if I were you, I would get in now. One is a professionally managed community farm. Really? So a couple of these communities, this is what they're doing. They literally have farms in the community so you can get some of your produce directly from your own community farm. Talk about freaking awesome. There's also going to be a full equestrian arena, multiple community centers and pools, miles of walking trails, and 467 acres of open space full of tons of community events and gatherings. So again, just like Avamor, if you're all about that outdoor living and literally having your backyard just be nothing but wilderness and deer and bald eagles. Yeah, we have bald eagles here. You'd be amazed at what kind of wildlife you're gonna see living in one of these communities. Next on my list is Hidden Springs. Now this one's actually been around for a few years, probably 15, 20 years or so, but its popularity has never, ever fallen off at all. I mean, even from the moment of conception and when it was put in, it's just always been a very popular community. It's just right outside of town, so 10, 15 minutes outside of town, you are in the community, so you have to go kind of out of town to get to your home. But when you get there, the community has its own town feeling. And you'll notice that when you enter, and it's just full of retail space. There's a mercantile there. I'm getting ahead of myself. Let me get to my bullet points. So as you first enter into Hidden Springs, you're greeted by local businesses, by the fire department. So there's a fire department right there as you enter into the little community. You're also greeted by the main community pool and clubhouse where families are always there enjoying the day. And then there's the Dry Creek Mercantile, which offers necessities and dining. The Merc offers good food, an awesome gathering place, breakfast, lunch, dinner, and beer and wine on tap. So oftentimes you'll find residents just hanging out, having a beer after work, having a glass of wine, just winding down from their day. That's also where you stop and you get your mail right there at the community post office, post center. And then you can head home. You can walk home. You don't have to drive home after you've had your 2 or 3 drinks. You can legally walk home. It's amazing. School-aged children, they actually attend Hidden Springs Elementary, which is right there in the middle of the community. So you don't have to get on a bus, you don't have to go anywhere. School is right there in your neighborhood. There are currently about 450 students enrolled in the elementary, and it's actually recognized as one of the top schools in our area. And on greatschools.org, it gets a 10 out of 10. So this, like I told you about the last one, this one also offers a community farm. So Hidden Springs has a Hidden Springs community farm where people can, again, get their produce and their goods right there from their own community farm. Freaking awesome. Now, when Hidden Springs was first introduced, really every community for the last 20 years was introduced. It was all craftsman style homes. And really all in the Boise market, that's 90% of what you're gonna find is that craftsman style product. However, like I said, this community's been around for about 15, 20 years. You will now also find not just craftsmen in there, but now you're gonna find a really good variation of homes, because you're also gonna find some Mediterranean homes, some contemporary modern homes, and also some Victorian inspired homes are mixed in there as well to really give it a nice look and a nice feel. There are parks and playgrounds all throughout the entire community, but if you need some adult playing, you literally just go off and you're, like I said, you know, that's kind of the theme of a few of these communities, is that you're in the wilderness, trail systems are your backyard, and this one's absolutely the same. Harris North is the next stop on our list. I've actually visited this community a couple times, and I filmed in it one time, I believe, and it's starting to become quickly one of my favorite communities. And the reason is, as you'll notice, it's all about elevated living. And the thing about living in the Boise area and the Treasure Valley is, if you're coming from somewhere like the Bay Area of California, or somewhere in the gorgeous Seattle mountain range, somewhere in there, like there's just these other areas that you may come from where views are like amazing. You know, you've got these ocean views and just, you know, things that we can't compete with here because we don't have oceans. However, there are only so many communities and so many areas where you actually can get a view owning real estate here, and this is one of them. This is one where you have elevated living, you're up in the foothills, and I'm not saying this in a condescending way, but you're literally looking down on everyone. You're looking down on the entire valley, and it's just really, honestly, it's breathtaking at night and at sunrise. If you're sitting on your porch and sipping your coffee, and you're just looking down on the beautiful Boise Valley and enjoying the morning, it's something that, like I said, it's quickly becoming one of my favorites. Now, currently in Harris North, wait a minute, stop, do me a favor, just give me a like. Tell me you like what I'm doing for you. Tell me that even though real estate's slow right now and interest rates are higher than we would all like them, that you still watch my videos, you're still into it, and you still appreciate what I'm doing. So give me a like, and please give me a subscribe. We need to get those subscribes up. That really helps out my channel, helps me out, helps everybody out. Let's get back to the video. All right, Harris North. Like I said, I don't show you communities that don't have listings currently available. In Harris North, we've got 12 listings available because this one is a brand new community. This is the other community that's by Boise Hunter Homes that I was speaking about. And right now, like I said, there's 12 available right now, ranging from 1.1 million to 3.1 million. And there's a very big difference in what you get for 1.1 and 3.1. So give me a call and let's go take a look at those so that we can see the difference between that 1.1 and 3.1, because I've been through that 3.1. It's amazing. It's awesome. That's all I'm saying. All right, so anyway, the most expensive home that has sold in the community sold for $3.3 million. There's a community pool, which is now open. But like I said, really this community's, it's about location and it's about the views. And when you're getting one of these Boise Hunter homes, these are upscale homes. Like everything is just done right. The final phase of Harris North combines an unparalleled level of residential luxury and endless amenities within Harris Ranch's master plan community. Now, the homes at the pinnacle, which is what they're just finishing selling out of right now, are perfectly positioned so that the residents can savor some of the Treasure Valley's most majestic views and activities. Hiking, biking, the bike trails are all over the place up there. That is some of my favorite biking in the valley because I live in Nampa. I most commonly actually bike in Boise. I don't bike in Nampa often, but this is actually one of those areas where there are some awesome bike trails up there that I frequent often. So again, all of the communities we mentioned today are really all about location, all about that outdoor Idaho living, which is what the majority of you are looking for, and the reason that you're calling me and the reason that you want to move to Idaho. Well, it's part of the reason. There's a lot of reasons why you wouldn't want to move to Idaho, but you already know all those reasons. If you have questions, you haven't figured it out yet, you haven't yet determined that this is the place for you, just call me. And if you don't want to call me, just text me. Texting is so simple. I do it all the time. I do it 24 hours a day. Someone will text me at 2 or 3 in the morning and I will respond. But anyway, email me, call me, text me. Days, nights, weekends, myself, my team, we've got your back when it comes to moving to Boise and the Treasure Valley. We'll see you next time.